I ask for eyes that see, ears that hear, and a heart full of understanding. I thank you for the messages that come through and ask that you deliver them to those that need them. Thank you. Okay, guys, we are doing past and present lifetimes and possibly what you're bringing over from the past. And we have 3 choices here. Pile 1 is the Henbane card. Oh, sorry. And if you want to choose it's Smoky Quartz if you want to choose the stone. Gosh, am I a little off today? Apparently, but that just means I rely even more heavily on the spiritual. We have, this is called, I had to look up how to pronounce this because it was very different to me. I've never heard of this. Asphodel. So that's your card, and if you want to choose with your stone, this is Caribbean Calcite. And then third pile is Datura. These are all plants, in case you didn't realize that. These are all plants. And your stone is blue apatite. So pause if you need to. Take your time to choose your pile. And the timestamps are down in the description. I'll see you there. Alrighty, pile 1 with your Henbane card and your Smoky Quartz. I'll put that there. Let's check out your cards. So we have past and present. And then we are also going to pick out your middle. There we go. There's the. All right. We have self-love. The middle is going to be what you're bringing from the past. What's transferring over. This says engage your invisibles. Interesting. And this is awakening and suppressed. Try and make as much room as possible for everything. Let's go ahead and get what you're bringing over. Oh, I'm hearing just take the top card. Okay, we're going to do that then. And then these guys. Whoop, whoop, whoop. That one. Okay. Karma. And a message of peace. Interesting. Okay. Cool. And for your present, we have Vision. Your Henbane card. Buttercup. And Garden the Heart. So we have quite a few numbers. If you're into numerology, I'll just list them out for you. We have 25, 19, 35, 16, 9, 5, and 51. I'm going to take a moment and get into the energy of this. I actually want to put these like this. My 4 cards, a little bit bent there. Message of peace, huh? Karma. Interesting. Self-love. So from your past, self-love, engage your invisibles, and something that was suppressed and you awakened, was awakened within you. If I remember correctly, the Smoky Quartz, great for protection, and I think I read that it's good at helping you to have clarity with your emotions. So that could be a part of this as well. could be why we've got a message of peace here. Maybe there was a hard time with self-love. And that's something that really... I'm going to take a minute, guys. I'm going to take a minute and really dive in. Okay. Okay. Yes, I'm hearing that you were struggling with self-love, which she's, right? All of us. Engage your invisibles. This is not something that was seen. This is not, your struggle with self-love was not evident. People saw you as you have your game together, right? You've got it all put together. You present well, you're great on paper, but you struggled with loving yourself. You struggled with forgiving, I guess, the fact that we're all human, right? Allowing yourself to have mistakes. And so this is all the stuff that was not seen. This is all your inner work that was going on. And you did really awaken. There was a huge moment for you in this life that had been suppressed, that it kind of dawned on you about your self-love. So how is this coming forward is what I want to know. What did you take? Did you fully learn this lesson? Okay, so I am hearing yes, but that this life, what you are bringing forward, is the opportunity to keep practicing this. So this became an obvious thing for you. Now you get to keep practicing. So now we have the present. I'm gonna have to look up these two cards. This is a fascinating deck, by the way, guys. It's called The Seed and the Sickle, if you're at all interested. It's a bunch of plants, and they have two different books to go with it. And one is for like new beginnings and adventures, and the other is for like helping the body and mind. And so each card has two different meanings. It's really very cool, and they're so beautiful. So beautiful. I am immediately getting that your third eye visions are connected to your heart. When you go into the head space rather than the heart space, you don't have the visions as much, right? Your intuition isn't as much there. Like, we get stuck in that space. It's easy to do. So this is kind of a reminder to like tend your heart, tend to the garden that's in your heart, grow those flowers, and that in turn will blossom into this really great use of your third eye. Okay, I'm gonna look up these and be right back. So this is actually kind of fascinating. They're almost the same card. They mean practically the same thing. The ultimate lesson here, their guidance, I should say. I am going to read both to you just so that you can hear it yourself. So for the henbane, in ancient Greece, the bodies of the dead would be crowned with chaplets of henbane flowers to wear on their journey down the river Styx, a final link between their past lives and the new one awaiting them. Whatever your destination, you're on the final stretch. Your goal is so close that you'd know the way with your eyes closed. Wear your crown, move forwards, the river will take you there. And Buttercup, A Persian legend tells of a prince who fell in love with a beautiful nymph. So taken was he by her beauty that he serenaded her day and night, certain that she would come to love him back. And the guidance is, take heed of the prince's determination and keep moving towards your goal. Even if at times it can seem as though nothing is changing, your passion and determination will pay off with time. So for me, I really feel like this is again leading towards this heart matter. This, I even want to say, look at the word vision now. Instead of the third eye, think of it as, what is your goal? What is your vision? What's this that you're wanting and desiring in your life? And these cards, which are on the end here, are saying you're so close to this. You're so close, and you're going to receive it. Just keep going. Just keep going. That's it. Just keep going. Just keep swimming. What is that from Nemo? So, Finding Nemo. So yeah, tend to the garden of your heart. Tend to those flowers. Water it. Be with it. Focus on it. So often, a lot of us, we think it's scary to be in our heart. And so we want to be in our head because emotions are scary. That's some of us. Some of us aren't there at all, but this pile, this is what you're dealing with. And the thing is that I don't know if you've ever watched somebody get stuck in their head energy where they're like, they go back and forth, they can't make a decision. It's because they're stuck in the head. They haven't gone to the heart. The heart actually truly is what makes decisions for you. Even if you use your head to make a logical choice, if your heart's not happy with that choice, you're not going to end up continuing with it. Ultimately, we need to pay attention to our hearts. And when I say this, I do feel the need to remind you that doesn't mean whims. That doesn't mean, oh, I want Oreos right now. Hi. Did I just reveal myself there? It doesn't mean like the desires that we have that are quick and fleeting and all that. It means like, what's the goal in your heart? What's the mission? What's your purpose? What are the things that are truly going to benefit you, not something silly and fleeting like Oreos. You want to hear more about your past life is what I'm getting. Okay. Okay, I'm here to draw another card. So let's go ahead and do that. Grab these guys. That's the one. Oh, we get two. Is it both? Yes, it's both. Okay, so can we see these? Can we see everything? Oh, that's interesting. So underneath this Engage Your Invisibles is this Alchemize card. And then underneath this Suppressed and Awakening is Bubble Up. And it's almost like, you see how she's like in a bubble and she's coming out, right? She's awakening out of this bubble, bubbling up. I do feel that you are very spiritual. You are very spiritual, and you still are. This is your soul we're talking about. This is not just random living. It's karmic, right? I'm getting a lot of dark and light at the same time. Like I'm seeing So this person, there's a being on top of this seahorse thing, and it's like her hair is like on fire, and she's light colored, and then we've got this dark being here, dark dress here, and then this one's kind of both light and dark, and I'm really seeing more of a time of, again, it's the inner work. It's this, people did not know this about you, and maybe they still don't. Maybe that's still something you're carrying over. But you had, let's put it this way. This is just an example. It could be one of you, but this is just an example. Let's say that you were the child in the family that needed everything to be harmonious. So you were a people pleaser. So on the outside, you're doing great. You've got the great grades, you're not getting in trouble. Of course you're a kid, you're still going to learn and make mistakes, but overall, you come across as this, you've got your life together. But there's so much going on underneath where there's a darkness, and it's not receiving the love in the way that you needed it. And that's tough. That's really tough, because I'm not going to sit here and say your parents didn't love you. That's not at all what it is. It's just sometimes the way that we give love is not how the person needs it. That's everybody. We all do this because we don't know until we figure it out. We don't know until we ask, how do you need to be loved? Or we try different things and we learn which way works. And because you were the person that was that people pleaser, was the one that wasn't getting in trouble, you didn't get the attention you needed. So they thought everything was fine, but it wasn't. It wasn't fine. It hurt your heart to not receive. So you had to learn self-love. I do feel within your spiritual world in this past life that there was something very exciting for you, something celebratory. I don't know if you mastered something or you, and I also don't know if like it was celebratory within the spiritual realm or celebratory within the physical realm. But I'm kind of getting more spiritual realm. Yeah. Was it the self-love? Was there more to it? Okay. So not only was it the self-love, but it was your determination. It was your fighting through this propelling yourself forward. You were your motivation. You made it happen. You get the credit. The spiritual world they don't tend to mess with our free will, right? And so they can only do so much, and so they can only encourage so much. And so it's really they're proud of you, of what you got yourself through. Resiliency is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing resiliency. You're like grass or clover. you know, it gets stepped on, but it springs right back up. Like it's, choo. And that's not to say, because this is the lesson that you learned, is not to keep it all in, right? You learned to love yourself and to not trap the darkness within. So it's not like the grass says, oh, I'm being stepped on, but I'm going to ignore that and pop back up. It's not ignoring it. It just happens. It's just you're resilient. You pop back up anyways. That's not, you can face these things. You can choose to face them later. You just happen to keep popping back up. You just on your merry way, doing your thing. So I really do feel like you don't have anything about, well, I'm not going to say it that way. I'm going to say you don't have anything to worry about. Life is life, so it's going to happen. But as far as your goal, your vision, your purpose, you're on your way. You're so close. Like this is, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to like over stress, overthink. Just know that they've got your back. Know that they're working to make this happen with you, right? So you just keep taking the steps. Just don't stress about it. Just what's the next step? What's the next step? Use your resiliency that you learned and your self-love and just boop, boop, boop. Next step. Hop to the next stepping stone. I do also, I didn't want to bring this up earlier because I didn't feel like it was quite the time for it, but message of peace, I do feel like this is part of your purpose. It's not necessarily something you're working on. It's, no, what I mean is it's not something you're working on for yourself. It is part of your mission in life, part of your purpose, something that you bring to other people. And I do think that that is a part of the people pleaser in those of us that are like that. It brings peace, it brings harmony. It's what we desire. We want that harmony. It's pleasant. Okay, anything specific, please, for my Smoky Quartz pile 1 people? For some of you, I just heard, hold on, it's about to get wild. It's gonna be a wild ride, Mr. Toad's wild ride. Again, all you have to do is just keep going. There is no, you don't have to be worried about taking a specific step. Like don't stress. Don't stress about it. Rise up like the bubbles in a glass of champagne, right? All these bubbles, bubble up and just let go and let your path be. So yeah, do your best to not stress. When you are stressed, I do hear to remember to tend your garden. Tend your heart garden. Tend the flowers in there. Even do some maybe visual work. Plant some in your heart and put the seeds in. What kind of flowers do you want to grow? Do you want it to be a rose? Do you want sunflowers? Do you want lilies? You know, what's your thing? And plant them in there and then watch them grow. Check in each night and see how they do. I think that's actually a really sweet little special moment you could have with yourself. Okay. Yep, I'm feeling like that's good. We're good there. I really truly hope this has been a blessing for you guys, and I hope that regularly that you feel seen and loved and heard and understood. And I'll see you guys next time. Okay, my pile 2 people with the Caribbean Calcite and the Asphodel, which I will have to look up, and I'm going to read up on those for sure. I do not know. So we've got your past, your present, and we will have an in-between here to see what's carrying over. We've got Soul Vessel, wow, Create, and Reassured versus Concerned. Okay. And then let me do this one first. Dreams. Walk the flower path. Chickweed. And asphodel. Let's get your middle cards. Interesting. Okay. And the next one, that's the one. Happiness. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So, numerology-wise, we have 28, 17, 6, 37, 36, 9, and 30. This deck over here is the Seed and Sickle deck. It's a very beautiful deck. Each card has two separate meanings. They have one booklet that talks about what's good for the mind and body, and the other booklet talks about beginning something new adventures, all that. So pretty interesting. I really like how they did it. I'm feeling really super chaotic energy on this side, but not in a bad way. Not like judgmental, seeing it as a negative thing, but like creative chaotic. Like when an artist gets all and like let's throw paint everywhere, and just exciting and expressive. Gosh, even this like reassured card down here, it's almost like whoosh, it's expressive. Even that is the posture of the being. So and this one too, they're both arms outstretched. Interesting. Huh. Sorry if you can hear that. I'm taking a sip of my coffee. So chaotic, creative, positive energy. What was the major lesson learned here? Okay. I am receiving that you had a childhood that was actually very, I want to say impoverished, hard, difficult. It may or may not have been abusive, but I know that it was very difficult times. And you learned to create and be happy in your creating. It could have been like as a kid playing with mud, right? And then like you find clay in the mud and you start developing with that, and you learned to be happy with what you had and what you could do with what you had. Sometimes when we have too much, it's hard to be creative. I don't know if you've ever tried this, but too many options is like analysis paralysis, right? So having not enough makes you be creative so that you can figure out how to live life, how to do these things. And you finding the joy in that is incredible. That's an incredible lesson to learn. Way to go. Like, that's amazing. So I do feel like this karmic message of happiness is multiple lifetimes, in my opinion. This is, I think you're a teacher. I mean, you might actually be a teacher as an occupation, but I think that you as a person, as an individual, as a soul, teach others how to be happy with the little that you have, how to be happy with what you already have rather than buying more, how to be, you want to call it like efficient and less wasteful. And it's just of benefit not only to the earth but also to you and others. So I don't want to say that it's like your job. I mean, it could be, but I feel like just you being the way you are because you've learned this lesson, it just teaches other people. It teaches them. Okay, on to this lifetime. I do need to look up these two cards because, you know, they have different meanings and it's a pretty decent sized deck. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, so chickweed and spottle, asphodel. I'm gonna get that right someday. I'm gonna go ahead and read them to you just so you have all the info. Chickweed says, in Japan, chickweed is seen as lucky and is included in a dish prepared for the festival of, oh boy, I'm gonna ruin this, but let's try it. Nanakusa no Seku, the festival of 7 herbs. Chickweed and other early herbs are gathered on the morning of January 7th and prepared whilst reciting a prayer for good luck. New growth is fast to appear at the beginning of spring, and the first green leaves are a good omen of things to come. A period of waiting is over. Results are starting to appear. Fortune's blessings will soon be yours. And Asphodel says, the Marazi of Corsica carry wands of asphodel into the dream realm. There they hunt the souls of locals in order to predict who will fall ill or die in the next year. Drawing this card is a sign that you too will have to make some big predictions soon. They'll have important effects on your life, so don't make them lightly, but don't take forever either, or someone may end up making them for you. So that is not, please do not take that as if someone's going to die or get ill soon. That is not what this is about. This is about you having some choices and needing to not get lost in the back and forth of should I, shouldn't I, what will this do, how far do I go with this, blah, blah, blah. This is actually really interesting because the Caribbean calcite is supposedly meant to help with reality, help with the tension that we have in life, fears that we have, and help to focus us on being just a little bit more positive in it rather than weighted down so much. Brings peace. So I do think that there is something. Oh, interesting. I just noticed there's a snake here. There's a snake in this card, which actually snakes speak of healing. You have several views. There is the Christian viewpoint of like the serpent or the snake being like the evil representation, and then you also have everything else. I can't say that for sure because I don't know, but if you see like the medical emblem, right? It's like 2 snakes going around this like staff thing. They're meant for healing. And I think that has to do with regeneration and like how they get rid of their skin, their casing, and then yeah. Anyway, so there's definitely healing involved. Definitely something coming soon. And it's looking at this choice that you'll be making. Healing coming soon regarding a choice. Okay, I am getting a few different things with this. The one is saying pay attention to your dreams. In fact, I'm encouraging you to maybe use some, if you have like crystals, stones, there can be some that are really good for communicating during sleep and all that. I tell you guys, I put out, I didn't know what I was doing. I'll be honest with you. For me, so many things are intuitive. I don't memorize what these mean. I have to go look them up. But before I do, I just pick them out. I feel like this is the right one for this pile. So that's what I do. And then once the pile is together, then I look it up. But anyway, so I was grabbing some crystals to go by my bedside. And I just heard to pick up these crystals. And I'm telling you, the last 10 days, I have had vivid dreams every night. Every night. So if you want them, the crystals I used were amethyst, clear quartz, fire quartz, calcite, or I'm sorry, not calcite, celestine, also known as celestite. That's the one for communicating with the divine. And then a star-shaped moss agate. So those are the ones I used. Look into it. See if it's something that you maybe want to remember your dreams a bit more or whatnot. And then walk the flower path. I feel like this is just a continuation from your last life. I really feel like so the card represents not worrying so much about how things look, how things appear, who's doing what, basically, if you were to read the booklet, it talks about flowers don't say, oh, I must have that bee over there. Oh, I must smell like this flower. Or they're just flowers. They just bloom and they're gorgeous and we love them and we smell them and they're amazing. And that's it. It's not a worried life. It's not a tension-filled life. It's allowing everyone to be their own flower and not caring about what the other flowers are. I mean, you know what I'm saying. Not comparing ourselves is what I should be saying. There we go. I do. Okay, so now I am seeing this card, the dream card, as in what's your goal? What's your next project? What's your next, you probably are extremely creative because of this past stuff that's going on. So maybe you've got another creative project you're doing. It might even be something that's for others as well, that will affect others. But along with everything here, along with walking the flower path, your karmic message of happiness, your Caribbean calcite that helps with tension, helps with reality, puts a positive note on it, and then the healing and stuff, I really don't feel like you need to stress about this decision. That's actually just going to put you further back. It's going to weigh you down. And so let go. Easier said than done, right? Just let go. Let go. What does your heart want? Period. That's it. Period. What does your heart want? Don't get stuck in your head. It's not about logic. This is not about logic. A lot of people that like to stay in their heads don't really believe in karmic stuff, right? That's not everybody, but that tends to be the way of it. There tends to be this section of the world that just they don't believe in the spiritual realm. And this is saying it doesn't matter what those people think. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter even what you think. The brain right now is not helping you with this. Your heart is. Your heart is your soul. Your soul knows the karmic lesson. I'll put these back. Is there anything else on that? Sorry, I got real raw. I'll give you guys a little example. Yeah, I will. Um, if you read at all the descriptions and stuff, there's Lucian is my partner, and he sometimes helps with the editing. And I want to get him to do a reading for you guys someday, but we'll see. He and I have not actually ever met physically in real life. We got to know each other on a spiritual forum or whatever, Discord. You guys probably know it. Um, and fell in love. And I've known him for over 3 years, and we are finally going to meet in October this year, in just a few months. And super excited about it. And it's not logical. And a ton of people have been concerned for me. Here's your concerned word. Um, have been concerned because, it seems ridiculous. It seems crazy. They live in another country, even. And so it is what it is. But you know what? Both of our hearts know what we're doing. Our hearts, our souls truly know what we're doing. So I really truly hope that you're not judging me now for that. If you are, that's not on me, that's on you. Gently saying that, but that's your own thing to think about and look at. I know what I'm doing. So, anyway, okay. Let's get on with this. Any specific messages, please, for pile 2, my Caribbean Calcite people? Anything specific? I'm hearing adventure out. Adventure out. I'm getting drawn to this flower card, going out into the world, seeing the flowers, smelling the roses, getting out more, spreading your rippling effect onto others. You might be one of those people that easily emits their energy, and that others can feel it even though they don't realize it. That could be something that's going on, and that your karmic message of happiness helps to transmit that way, right? Or can be transmitted that way. Anything else? I am just hearing, because I just asked, like, maybe there's a new way you could learn to create, and the message I got with that question was, you don't need to worry about, let me try something new, or let me do this over here, or whatever, because this has been your path. Like, you've constantly, each lifetime, been doing different things, and you might try something again you've already done, and it doesn't matter. It does not matter. The joy is in the creating. The joy is in the creation. Because when we're all done with something, it's done. It's done. It's the process. It's the creating that we love, right? And then if you want to go even deeper, that's life. Are we enjoying the process of life, the living of life? I just heard this song recently, Garth Brooks song. Gosh, it was really famous a long time ago. Uh, Standing outside the fire. Anyways, there's a lyric in it that is like, if life is not tried, it is merely survived. And that's a thing, guys. That's a thing right there. We need to try things. We need to just live and express and experience and do all of it, right? And you don't have to be stressed about this. It's joy. This is happiness and joy in living life. Even with having little. I would love to know if you guys are having thoughts pop in your head, please bring them to me. I would love to know, how do you enjoy life with little? Doesn't mean you have little, I'm not saying that at all, but like, what's one of your ways of minimalistically enjoying life? What's something that's maybe free? What's something that, like, do you trade books with your friends? You know, that there's an example. Um, yeah, bring them on. I would love to hear it, guys. That would be fun. We can share some thoughts there, share some ideas. Okay, we good? We good? Yeah, we're good. All right, guys. I truly hope this has been a blessing for you, and I hope that you, on the norm, feel heard and loved and seen and understood and all the good things. All right, much love, guys. Bye. Okay, pile 3 with your blue apatite. Apatite. We have got past and present, and we will also have a middle to see what's being carried over. We have willpower, get carried away. Interesting. Delighted versus sorrowful. Patience. Dance. Chamomile and datura. Datura. Okay, let's get your top card. Oh, this way. Spiritual message. And what is that spiritual message? Oh, I'm feeling that one. Mirror effect. Interesting. Oh, okay. Very interesting. Okay, so with this deck, I'm going to have to look them up. It's a fascinating, amazing deck. If you guys are interested, this is the Seed and Sickle. And it has, so they give you 2 booklets. So every card has 2 meanings. And one booklet is for like help with the mind and body. The other one is for like new adventures, beginnings, that kind of thing. Let me give you your numbers before we dive into that. So we have 36, 16, 28, 13, 41, 5, 49, and 52. So for you numerology people, there you go. Pause and go back if you need those listed again. And let's get into this. Willpower, get carried away, sorrowful till delighted. I am getting partnership of some kind. This could be romantic. This could be like twin flame type stuff. This could be soulmate. And when I say soulmate, what I'm talking about is anybody in your life that is karmically meant to be there. Like a soul family member that, you know, sometimes we travel together through our lifetimes. But there's something, you are partnered up with somebody for something in this. Somebody for something. That's real clear, isn't it? How vague can we be? Oh my gosh. All right. Anyways, that's what I'm seeing first, and that's because there are multiples. I'm seeing, and even here, mirror effect. There are multiples happening. I am very interested in the mix of these 2 cards right now because the definitions are almost opposite. So willpower is like, you know, your own strength, basically. But get carried away is submitting and relieving all, relieving all, releasing all so that someone else can carry you and help you. And I'm wondering if this is what you learned to let go of with this person, is that, yeah, that's it. Okay, there we are. Got it. You were so strong and like, how do I describe this? Independent. There we go. Independent. And this person came in because you've had, in different lifetimes, you've had to learn to be independent. This is part of your history. But in this last lifetime, or at least this lifetime, whichever one it was, they came in to help you learn to let go and to let yourself be cared for and nurtured and helped, and reminded that you don't have to do every little thing on your own. You really don't. We have community for a reason. And I do feel that there was a sadness with it, with your independence. And that is where you learned, you learned to rely on this person, to allow yourself to rely on this person, and the sadness turned to delight. So the spiritual message, I have my own thoughts on this, but I do want to read on this just to make sure that we're on the same page. Same card. Hold on, be right back. Okay. So this mirror effect, this is your spiritual message that you're bringing over into this lifetime, is in regards to when we view other people in a certain light, we are actually seeing ourselves. It's a reflection of how we're viewing. In other words, if you, let's say you live with someone that rubs you the wrong way, right? And you know this, and you're like irritated all the time, and you're trying not to be, but like, right? Like, you're kind of judging them, and they're irritating you. Why are they irritating you? This is the mirroring effect. Why are they irritating you? What is it that's happening within you that's making this a thing, right? Why are you attached to this? So basically, it's a lot of shadow work. It's a lot of in-depth knowing yourself, seeing yourself in what other people are doing, how they do it. I will admit, I have a hard time relating to this card. it's it's hard for me, and maybe it's the thing I need to work on. Maybe that's the exact example here. It's hard for me because I feel as if I know myself pretty well, right? Don't we all think that? But the thing is, we only know as much as we know, and we don't realize everything until it's brought up to us, until it's in our face. So, whatever your experience is that you're going through, it's a mirror. And this is a message that you're bringing with you. Now, I don't know if this is what you specifically learned and you're bringing it to help, or if it's a continuation with you're needing to continue to learn this lesson. Okay, on to these guys. Your present life. Dance, patience, chamomile, and datura. This is interesting to me because I feel like these are the opposites almost. I know it's not, but it feels like separate. To me, dance is all over the place, but it's not patient. it's it's it can be chaotic, it can be adventurous, it can be slow and gentle. Maybe that's the patient part, but I don't feel that they relate to each other. So let's read up on these, and maybe these will make more sense after that. Let's see what happens there. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's so clear now. It's so clear. Oh, I love you. Okay, all right. Oh, I'm getting emotional. You are to have patience because you have been missing this past relationship. This other lifetime, that relationship was so incredibly special, and you don't currently have it. And so it is coming to you. See how this is the very last card and the hands are reaching together? It is coming your way. Have patience, for you will dance again. You will dance again. You will dance in your kitchen to amazing music while you guys drink your wine and have your Italian. I'm just, that's my dream right there. That's really beautiful. I do want to read the cards to you just so you do have all the information. To me, this is what was brought out. But let's go for it. Chamomile. Chamomile is a great companion plant to grow in your garden, protecting other plants from pests with the scent of its flowers and the antibacterial properties of its leaves. It's particularly fond of herbs such as mint and even improves our taste and fragrance when in close proximity. This card is encouraging you to lean on a strong existing relationship that has provided support and companionship in the past, or it may be suggesting that there is a new one on the horizon. Who inspires you to be the best you can be? Who do you rely on and trust the most? Who are you grateful for above all others? You will be hearing from them soon. So look at that. Who do you rely on and trust the most? You had to learn with this person to be less independent and allowing yourself to rely on them, right? And then they're coming through. They're going to come through into this lifetime. Okay, and Datura, native to Peru and Ecuador, Datura has been used as an intermediary between humans and the spirit world for centuries. The spirit of Datura manifests as a hunting dog and visits dreams to help locate things that have been lost. You may feel as though the project or goal that you are working towards is missing some key element. This card is a reminder to occasionally take a step back and think about what it is that you've lost sight of. It may also mean that what you seek is just around the corner. Have patience, guys. It's coming. It's coming. It will arrive soon. I hate that word soon, don't you? It's hard to be patient. Anyway, yeah, this is an incredible relationship that your soul misses and you will have again in this lifetime. Maybe you already do have it, and this is just saying, hey, you've got this. You guys, you had a past together, you're having a present together. An amazing relationship. Amazing. Wonderful companions. That's really beautiful. I was initially reminded of Twin Flame when I saw this card because sometimes the twin flames mirror each other. It's something that happens. Sorry, I was just drawn to this and I noticed how it looks like this person has their arms up and they're calling out, like they're, whether it's verbally or mentally calling out, there's these like outward rippling happening there. If you are not currently with this person, I suggest dance. I suggest to, while you're being patient, just live your life. Just enjoy it as much as you can until they arrive, you know. Know that it's coming no matter what. It will happen. This is guaranteed. This is not a maybe. This is part of your journey through these lives. So just do your best to enjoy. Throw the music on, dance. How else can you dance? What are other ways you can dance? I mean, without actually dancing. Being creative, maybe. Do you enjoy baking? What is passion for you? What brings that out? What sets you on fire? What gives you that joy? Do those things more often. My heart is feeling really sad, and I feel that some of you are in a place that is very weighted down. And so doing the things that are happy and joyful is not the easiest for you right now. In fact, it may even be like you might feel a little bit resentful towards that kind of a thing. As in, don't just put positivity on it. You know, you might be really weighted down in this energy right now. That's okay. That is okay. They're your emotions. You're allowed to have them. There are times where we can choose to come out of that, and there are times when it's there for a purpose. So I don't know what yours is individually. Obviously, it's a group reading, but if you do not want to stay into it, now, most of us don't want to, right? We think we don't want to. This is a little bit complicated, but it's good stuff. So first of all, if you really truly do want to come out of it, there are different ways to go about that. You can start to do dancing. You can start to do fun things that do spark your passion and your joy, and whatever that is, you know what that is. If you find that you've been feeling this way for a very long time and nothing is helping, I would suggest you seek medical attention. That could be holistically, that could be acupuncture, that could be Western medicine. That's up to you. Now here's the deep part, the very deep part. I do believe sometimes, not every time, but this is something you could try. Sometimes when we have an emotion for a very long time that's stuck with us, we are choosing that emotion. And the reason I say this is because most emotions are not elongated. We feel happy for a moment and then we kind of continue on. Our hearts can't contain that much emotion for long periods. It just doesn't happen. So if you are feeling an emotion fairly consistently for a while, it's possible you're choosing that emotion. Why are you choosing that emotion? I know this is weird. I know it sounds like immediately like you want to be resistant to this, right? I get it. I've been there. Why are we choosing that emotion? What could it possibly mean? Let's say sadness, right? Sorrowful, sadness. Why would you choose sadness? If you were happy, what does that mean? Maybe you feel that you should be feeling sad because you're alone, because you're not in a great relationship, because work isn't going well, whatever the reason is, perhaps you think you're supposed to feel that way, and that's why you're feeling that way. Or put it this way, if I were to feel happy and not sad, what does that mean about the sadness? Does that mean it wasn't worth anything? Does that mean that the bad things that happened weren't bad? No, that's not true at all. That's not true at all. Emotions come and go. So I truly hope that you will consider what I had to say there. It's a tough one. It's a really tough one, and it might be a bit before you look at that. So up to you, up to how far and how deep you want to take it. You know, it's your heart, your soul, your life. So you do you, boo. Anyway, is that it? Do we have anything specific, please, for pile 3, the blue apatite people? I'm hearing breathing exercises, encouraging you to do breathing exercises. If you have not heard of Wim Hof, that's an option. There are other mindfulness techniques, you know, with breathing, meditation, all that. You can look up, there's tons out there, so you can look them up and they can probably help you with that. Just a reminder, guys, of what's coming for you. You're not, you either already have it and you're good to go, you know this, or you've been desiring it and it hurts to be without, and it will happen. It will happen, but you got to be patient and you got to let go. All right, guys, I truly, truly hope that this has been a blessing for you. I hope that you feel seen and loved and heard and understood regularly, and much love. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.